said,
I'm taking this one out. So how to create boundaries in the workplace? And it sounds like a crazy question.
I don't think it's something.
Some people out there is gonna be like, "What do you mean? How do you create boundaries in the workplace?" Like we work in different types of environments.
Yes.
You know?
And some things that's good in a certain environment is not okay in other environments.
We come up in different environments. We have different careers, and it's different mindsets, different beliefs, all that stuff. So, how to create boundaries in one place might be different in another place, right? Because it's all about the climate and culture.
I don't feel like it should be that way.
It should,
and that's my problem.
Yeah,
because I feel like it should just be off for respect.
Yeah,
I feel like I should be. If I feel violated by you, I should be able to tell you that you violated me, so we can move forward together the right way.
Why you feel like you can't do that?
Because anytime I ever do that at work, I don't. People.
And why you think that is?
Retaliation. I don't know why.
Why you think they feel some type of way?
My honest answer is because I feel like I'm big and black. That's my honest answer.
But
before I'm digging deeper, I realize it's because I didn't set boundaries off rip. But then even then, the way I set boundaries is I think a boundary needs to be clear.
So give me an example. What's a boundary off rip? I'm your manager. You my cashier.
So So for example, if I'm working at the podium, at a gym, and and I'm bouncing a basketball per se, right? So if I get told.
What's the joke?
If I get told not to bounce the basketball, right? For me, right there, boom. Oh, you're not supposed to bounce the basketball. It's unprofessional. In my head, I'm like, it's a gym, but I've worked many places. I'm like, it still could be deemed unprofessional. I see the clientele that walks in here, fine, whatever. Afterwards, when I see another coworker bouncing the basketball, right,
or the person
that told me not to bounce the basketball, who was in an authoritative position, at that moment, what I was supposed to do was say something.
Yes, make the
now because I already thought it was an egregious ask in the first place not to bounce the basketball. And then I see you and other coworker bouncing. When I come to talk about this now, it's not going to be in a calm way because I feel like you are targeting me.
Okay.
So I've been bullied. So when I feel like you're targeting me now, I have to calculate and think, damn, am I being bullied? Should I address this real quick? Or am I thinking too hard? So like even that, but ultimately it needs to be addressed regardless.
Right.
But I'm talking about how the process works in my head. Right. And then I'm like, maybe I am being emotional. Maybe it is this. Maybe I shouldn't say nothing because. And then now it's a habit that's created.
Flight instead of
fight. Yeah, I've done that plenty of times.
Mm-hmm. And that continues
to stop instead of follow through.
Right.
For sure.
Is that a you problem or a them problem?
Ultimately, from me and my standard, is a me problem. When I'm talking about people being good in this world, is a we problem. You understand what I'm saying? Because at first I have to take responsibility and say if I didn't say something, then let's say he come up in a place where rules and manners and work ethic is not a thing, and he really didn't know he was targeting or picking up. Let's just say I don't know. Right? If I never said something to him because he was able to do that to every other person that looked like me ever in his career, right? And it never got, he probably don't know that he doing something wrong.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So I have to take responsibility for not protecting myself.
Do you think that you just think too deeply and you should just handle the fucking situation?
No. Because if I just handle the situation, I'm going off of my emotions. Because my first thing is emotion. First is emotion.
So you feel like it's wrong to be like, yo, you just told me to stop bouncing the ball, but y'all bouncing the ball.
I'm not gonna say it like that.
What you gonna say it like?
Show me. Yo, bro. Now you laughing, but because I really not, and I was laughing because I believe being inquisitive when somebody says something or does something that's retarded, it like I feel like this is healthy. Like what? Like a couple of those. So when I see that, I'm like, yo, bro, you ain't just tell me that I couldn't bounce the basketball. All right, so you're bouncing the basketball and he just bounced it back. Yo, bro, did he tell you not to? So it's because why I can't, and that's how I'm, and then this is the other problem. I don't believe in putting on a show for people.
Right.
So now I'm gonna ask you to come to a room, and then the doors is closed, and I invited you to the room, and now I'm talking like that.
Yeah. How I think it should go is like, yo, explain to me right now why y'all two can bounce the basketball, but when I bounce the basketball, it's a problem. Right there, here's the thing, right? It's arguable that you need to bring management if there's an issue with management hypocrisy or how they speak.
I have another stop there.
Argue that you need to bring.
I have another stop there that you know about, like is unhealthy, and I don't know how to work it properly, but snitching. So I also don't feel comfortable, and I'm learning that in the workplace is not the same. But I also feel uncomfortable bringing things to a higher up. You know what I'm saying?
Ending nobody's career with that. You wasn't going to end your career. But
that's not the point. But that's when you talk about thinking too much.
Yeah,
you feel what I'm saying? I think about
you
everything.
It definitely should have been.
And I don't think about
you. Just told me to bounce. You just told me not to. If it's gonna become an uncomfortable workplace because I'm holding a standard,
it has to become an uncomfortable workplace.
Then it has to become an uncomfortable workplace. Right. Like you just told me to stop bouncing the ball. And in less than this much time is you and one of your employees that's the same status as me bouncing the ball. Now you both doing it and there's no correction. So why you bothering me?
So
why was the correction made?
So like when you go back and you say is it a me problem or a them problem? So I think that's the part that comes back and makes it a me problem again in the we part because the way you just said that, I think I admire that, and that's what I need to learn how to do. You feel what I'm saying? Because I'm not saying it like that because you are targeting me. So I need to let you know that you're not going to be targeting me. No, when I fully understand, because I don't get it until I'm a little slow. It's the third time something happened and I get it. And then when I talk to you, it's not going to be like that because I try to give you the benefit of the doubt. But do you think I don't disrespect people?
But do you think it also, not for the country?
No.
Do you think it still could be like because of a fear of they just gonna cop the plea?
No. Like you think
you're right. I didn't even. I told you to stop bouncing the ball.
It's not a fear that I know that will happen, but then that
whack.
Yeah, but that's gonna then that will further enrage.
Right.
You know what I spit on you?
No. I had my eyes.
Yeah, but that's gonna further enrage me because then now what do we do? Or make me I'm lying because I never done that, so I don't know if that's a result.
Man,
and if they do cop the plea, then after that we know what type of time we on.
See, comparing this into the military,
it's not easy in there.
Nah,
it's different.
It's easy at the level I'm at, right? You see me.
It's easy at the level you're at. Yes.
When I was 1-2 years in,
you were still doing the thing though.
I mean, I was
talking your shit as a core.
I mean, not even as a core, like younger than that. Like, I just wanted to be seen as a man because, like, that's what you are.
Right.
And it's so interesting to me. I'm not gonna make this conversation about the military, but it's so interesting to me how a man or a woman cares about about what another man or woman is doing with their time sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the mindset. But like, it's different in civilian organizations too, because it's like you actually have a boss, right? And in the military, you have enlisted and you have officers, and literally like the only ones that can serve as your boss is the officers, because the officers have the authority to put you out. Enlisted don't have the authority to put you out. They just make you think like it. So, but we have that rank structure where we need to listen to each other, where we feel like we need to listen to each other. But my motto is that if I help other enlisted people understand that I'm not your boss. I may be a higher rank than you, but my rank is a reflection of my experience in this organization. Right. I am your bigger brother in this shit. Bigger brothers have to yell at you sometime. They gotta put you in your place sometime. But
in the military,
in real life, if you got a bigger brother that's respectful, you know what I'm saying? I'm your bigger brother. You know what I'm saying? I'm not your boss. I can't fire you. You know what I'm saying? And enlisted, they have that mindset to where you an E9, I'm an E5, you my boss. Now you're not my boss. We still co-workers. Guide me with your plethora of experience through the organization.
I feel like in the civilian world, no matter to me, no matter your rank, you understand what I'm saying?
And I can smack you no matter your rank in the civilian world.
Exactly, because when we get off of work,
the military is a made-up organization with real consequences. So if I smack an E9,
when you're off of work, you still get in trouble.
I'm still getting in trouble.
In cross organizational too.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? But if I'm outside and my manager say something stupid, he might have to be careful because I'm gonna smack him outside, and we're gonna have to come to work on Monday and be cordial.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So it is a difference in the two worlds.
Big difference.
In the military, I feel like in the military, it's a bit easier to. And it's hard to say it's a bit easier because military people literally sign away
the right
portions of their life,
smack motherfuckers in the mouth.
Exactly. So it's like people work a job. Like at the end of the day, if you don't like the job, like leave. Military. If you don't like the military, jail. You know what I'm saying? You feel me?
For real.
So like,
if I go smack a E9, jail. If I smack a 03, 04, I'm going to jail.
So something you used to talk about very early on in the military career was when you have to talk to someone who's higher than you, you got to talk to them with tact. You used to talk about tact all the time. So that's how I peep stuff. When I talk, I don't think you can talk with tact to civilian people because I feel like that's even worse. I feel like when you talk straightforward, they feel intimidated. When you talk with tact, they feel intimidated because you're being smart.
That's their problem.
That's what I'm. So work for. I think you got to just work for yourself. I feel like there's a certain time where you got to do a 9 to 5 just because you need to make ends meet or whatever the case may be. But the end goal should be working for yourself, my nigga. Working for people don't make sense.
Yeah.
Or I'm bugging.
Nah, it don't make sense to me either. But I do it.
No. I feel like it's very necessary in a certain point of our journeys and everybody's journey. I think even learning how to like even go up in the ranks because I don't do 9 to 5 good. Right. I think I would make a good businessman, but what is that based off of? You understand what I'm saying? I feel like there's a lot of things that I need to learn in the 9 to 5 world that will help me with this entrepreneurial shit. Right. You feel me? So I be bro. If I don't like the job, I'm gonna quit. I'm gonna learn the lesson. I'm gonna quit, and I'm gonna get another job. Because it's just a 9 to 5. Like if we talking about making money, we can make money all the time. But there's certain things like I think that are very important to get from a 9 to 5. I'm not saying you need to work a 9 to 5 to learn these principles. I'm saying my pops wasn't around. You feel what I'm saying? Like for real, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy that you just jumped to that because I was about to jump to so. There's no creating boundaries in the workplace because that's how we started this conversation. Mm-hmm. But like, nah, for real, like my pops wasn't around. But so there's no.
What do you learn?
Answer to creating.
I told Sami, I say you really like this basketball shit. He was like, yeah. I was like, all right, so we're gonna be doing PT. I don't know how often you gonna be with me. I don't know how long summer camp is. I said, when we together, I'm gonna be working on my schoolwork, and then you're gonna be PTing because you need to be in. It's not no summer break, and that means break from your You gonna come back and they gonna be like, oh,
That's how you get good.
Yeah, bro. Yeah,
so he asked me to buy basketball today, and I was like, I got you this weekend.
I feel like over the years, I think that's the difference. I think in 2018 you started to grow some nuts on you. Not only because you were going through some shit, but I think I even asked you to not hold me accountable. But I was like, I said, I remember specifically saying, I don't want no yes men around me, and I need you to be able to
ask for my help.
For sure.
But I don't think it was the fact that I was scared.
You didn't tell me about myself before.
I used to, because I used to hold you up here in this regard.
But you knew I was, but you knew my shit.
God and me.
But all right, I respect what you're saying, but you still knew when I was down. I still told you about. You see me go through shit, bro.
I think as teenagers, I was just more comforting you because you was going through a lot, and I didn't know how to hold people accountable. I just was just comforting my brother. So my brother was good, and then
I think that's the change.
In 18, it was just like it was different because I had been through a lot of leadership shit, and I was going through a lot of my own shit. My shit was bad, and I had so much more experience, and I had asked more questions by then. So when you came,
I was always asking questions.
I knew there was more questions to ask, and you asked a lot of questions.
And I was broken at that time. You had to ask questions. You're like, what is this nigga going through? He's like, I said, why people don't love me, man?
Oh, yeah. that was Will Smith fucking. Why you don't love me, man?
Yo, bro, that shit is
crazy. You came up there, bro. You was broken, bro. That shit is crazy. We gotta make a podcast on that. We gotta make an episode.
Yeah, I think, yo, relationships is real big. You know, I was thinking about our accountability meeting, bro, and what it really comes down to is and I don't think people really know how deep it is that relationship with yourself for real, bro. You know, we talking about changing our mindset. We talking about the trauma. We talking about the boundaries and the communication. But the communication is for the mindset, trauma, and boundaries, and making sure them things is working and cohesive, and then you just continuing, right? But when you doing those things and you get to when you really bro, there's some ugly shit. Ooh, yo, bro, it's some ugly shit manifesting inside of me right now that I'm getting in tune with. Yo, who and what? I didn't see it in a minute, and it's unfamiliar, bro. But it needs to be understood so it can not be like this and be like, yo, come in.
Right.
Because I've noticed more often than not when you show love to things that you think are scary or bad or can harm you, it was just a dog that had been abused a little bit too much and needed to be reacclimated to what love is. Not was, but still and always is. Right. So I don't know what I was talking about. That's gonna happen a lot.
I noticed that when we do as much critical thinking as we've been doing, I've put myself with the accountability meetings, with the podcast, with setting goals. I'm constantly, we've been doing the accountability meetings since February. Yo, bro. The reason why I felt like I needed to write shit down, like I wrote my notes the other day, and that was like a goals associated with it and stuff. I wrote stuff down is because my mind is constantly on roll. So the amount of critical thinking I'm doing, I'm always thinking, and my thoughts are loud, but my thoughts are great because we've been doing, along with growth and critical thinking, we've been doing a lot of manifesting. So it's not just pointless thinking or overthinking. It's breaking down and analyzing. So I'm breaking down and analyzing everything I'm doing. And so when you get to this level, right? When I get angry or I won't even say angry because I rarely get angry anymore. But when I get frustrated and I get a little upset, I feel it's scary because I feel it's justified, right? Because it's something that's tapping into my energy. But man, it's just critical thinking is so important because your mind gets so powerful because it's a muscle.
Yeah.
You're reading, you're thinking, you're writing, you're doing all these things
And if
every day.
if you're getting rest, so
Every
that means
day.
you're recovering every day, so you can stay on that grind.
Bro, I be at work and I can't have pointless conversations now. So I'm literally not talking if it's not some deep shit. The guy started talking to me in the airport and we went into some deep conversation. Like you finna see this.
I didn't tell you about the lady I spoke to. We got to talk about that off camera. Yeah, because that's a whole nother.
But like,
you said something.
I don't know why I started that, but
you said something about critical thinking, and you said something about the momentum, or you said something about it's something that we are always doing since we've done it. So that made me think about momentum. You said something just now, and you could rewind the tape. Can we do that? Rewind the tape and plug in what he said. That would be dope, right? But you said something to remind me of like stopping is a mental illness. So stopping, because when you understand what momentum is, right?
Yeah.
And you understand that when you are continuing to critically think and you are continuing to hit these goals, and you're continuing to do even when you are tired, and you just keep going. That train or that draft that's behind you, because when you stop, boom, crash. And that's the crash. We are the crash, no? I don't know what you just said, and that all of that happened in my head. Because you going. It's not right there with you, and you understand that, because it's about the delayed gratification. So you still going, and all this shit is back here, and you stopping too early because you don't got the strength to handle what happens if you stop, right? So then you supposed to keep going. You say, that's what the routine say, because you're not 65 or a millionaire or any of these things there, right? And then you stop. Boom.
And everything crashed.
It wasn't time. That wasn't a routine stop. You had something that you were supposed to do in that moment,
mm-hmm.
and in that moment you chose to rest.
Right.
But there's a time for that. There's a time for everything. Yeah.
You know when it's time. You know when it's time to rest. I believe that people go when people used to say, like my grandfather used to say, when it's my time, it's my time. And I don't think that falls into the category of freak accidents or shit like that. I think it falls into the category of when you watch an elderly person that's ready to go. Have you really ever seen and factored in that thought process? That my grandfather said, I'm ready. He leaned back on that gurney, he closed his eyes, and he was done. You know what I'm saying? So you're not ready to go. So you're not ready to go. So why you stopping? Why?
Nah, but that, why that's a dangerous thought, and that's why I don't like talking about that, because I think it's very important to know that that's a dangerous thought. I'm a dark person, right? And I know my darkness, and that's why I can't stop, because that's where it will lead me. Because of what you just said. Like, if you're not ready to go, right, then why you stopping? So if you stopping, that must mean that you're ready to go.
Nah, it does not mean that. It means
stopping for.
But this shit is a marathon, right? You running. Sometimes your mind tricks you into make you think you need a breather. Sometimes your mind tricks you, make you think you ready to go. Sometimes your mind, align your mind with your spirit. That's what the critical thinking is doing. And that's why shit is crashing into your back. Align your mind with your spirit. What is that shit? What is them two talking about together? They saying different conversations. They're supposed to be having different conversations. I don't think they're supposed to be having different conversations. I think they're supposed to be on the same motherfucking page. Your mind and your spirit, right? It's like science and art. People say, is it a science? Is it an art? Is it in your mind or is it in your spirit? It's the same conversation.
All of it. Oh shit.
That's so crazy.
Oh shit. All of it is the same. Everything. And it really depends on how you can look at it.
I just got a second win. That's crazy. I just
You
got
said-
a second win.
You said critical thinking is aligning your mind and your spirit, and then you started talking about art and science. My fault. You started talking about art and science, and I really think about the math and the analytics of what we do every week, right? So more and more, I think I like now basketball, because I'm here, I'm thinking about basketball, right? So I remember that game you used to play, and it used to be like you shoot the hoop and it's 1-for-1, 2-for-2, and then you end up with 5-for-10, right?
Mhm.
When you are the analytics of the real world is what you say versus what you do. So 1-for-1, you said it and you did it. So when we look at the chart of you, how many times Marvin did versus how many times is he a 5 out of 10 type of dude? Or is he a 9 out of 10 type of dude? Why is he not a 10? So and when you need to answer those questions, right? Because I think that's the math. You said art and science. I think that's the math behind it. Is what are you doing versus you said what you said? Critical thinking is aligning your mind and your spirit. Yeah. So that's you said that's what's the name? That's math too, because you align. Your mind and your spirit, they got to be in one accord. You have to be saying, I want to do this, right? And then doing it, but you got to be in it too. Like I'm talking to my wife and she's like, oh, but green beans is nasty. I'm like, no, they not.
Right.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, but I'm not about to keep saying, yes, they are, when I know I don't want them to be nasty because I know what it's doing for me. And then when I think about what it's doing for me for real, don't it taste good?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Mm-hmm. And that's what we need to do is just change our mindset.
Right.
My fault.
Nah, you speaking facts.
I feel like we freestyling. I feel like we should just be in tune with each other for when one want to stop talking, boom, and jump in too.
Nah, for real. I got a question for you. Nigga said, get deep on me. Get deep on me. Spirit. So you talked about stopping getting hit, right? What stops you in all this work that we've been doing?
Me?
What stops you?
Me, Marvin.
We get deep. Yeah. What stops you?
Well, what stops me is feeling like is weird because what stops me is like an excuse, but it's not an excuse. But because I'm not addressing it because I think it's an excuse.
Yeah.
It's making it an excuse because I don't address it. So it's fucked up. And I said some real shit just now. And when you play it back, you gonna hear me. So my thing is like I really do believe like I would be different if I had like and I spoke to my wife about it and she said stop saying like you want a father, right? And start saying you want a mentor. Because you're not gonna have it pops. You tried, you doing this, that, third, whatever. And she's like, because last night she's like, I have my phone calls spread out during the week. I tap in with a couple of the brothers and all that. And then
so you want a father?
Nah, I don't. Yeah, but check this out. I wanted me. She said, yo, so you about to call this person and they going through this and like my wife firsthand gets to see what I go through. You know what I'm saying? Whether that's a blessing or a curse. I know I don't like it. She's like, yo, who do you get? Like, who do you get to call? Who is at a higher standard that you can always, rely to be there and have this sound advice of not where you currently are, but where you want to be. Like, and she's like, I'm like, well, I'm trying to build with my. She's like, yo, bro. She's like, your pops
I'm
wasn't.
not that for you.
Huh? What you mean?
I'm not that for you.
You not my what?
Nah, that question sparked a thought. I'm not doing enough for you. Nah.
No, I'm about to answer. I'm straight up, nah, because
I'm
me,
not.
me and you have the same thought, and I don't want that thought. I don't want.
What you mean? What's the same thought?
You feel me? That I don't want that to be the. When we talk, and I noticed it, I'll have a thought process that I need help with, and I'll go to you. And you won't, because I won't tell you my thought process. So you're not saying, nah, you're right, Marv. But I listen to what you're saying. I'm like, oh, he thinks exactly like what I think, and that's what he truly believes. And I feel him on that. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm talking about, I want to talk to my grandfather. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to talk to Dad. I want to talk to Chris's grandfather.
I feel that.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, because I know where I'm at right now, and I want you see on the family tip and all. Like, I'm just.
I be seeing you going through shit. It be frustrating me because I'm like, why this nigga don't come to me? But I don't be going to you either all the time.
No, but when we do,
and we
I
be
feel
going
like
through
when
shit,
we
and we'll look at
each
each other and be like, we don't feel like talking now. All right, bro, but I love you. All right, bro.
I don't feel like we do that as much anymore.
Nah,
I feel like what happens more now is that we work through our stuff more now, and then we come and we end up talking about like the solutions, I guess. Because I feel like you might even if I feel that way, you have to feel that way as well, whether you know that's why you don't contact me or not. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I feel like what we know what we look at we know what we get from each other. We get so much. I feel like what we're all right, because we just admitted that. I feel like what we're talking about is that what's for, like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I feel like what we're doing right now is a service. I truly believe that because it's doing something for me.
Yeah.
It's people that could touch me, right? Who could get in contact with me, but I can't touch like E.T. You know what I mean? Or I can't touch my grandfather. You know what I'm saying? Is so I just want to meet, and that's my excuse. Thinking that
that's older.
Oh yeah. And that's my excuse is thinking that's not. I don't. Yeah. Lie. Hold on.
So that's what stops you because you don't have a you.
No.
Is there something you're not unlocking?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying what stops me is not talking about the fact that I feel like I don't have a me. Because that's not an excuse. And I feel like if it's talked about, and because I feel like it's stupid. I do feel like it's silly. I don't. The amount of things that people feel like is stupid and silly, that's some real shit that they need to deal with. But for some reason, I can't acknowledge it because then that would be placing a certain amount of weight on my dad, and he don't own none of this shit. This is all
mine. When last time you spoke to that nigga?
Last 2 weeks, maybe a week ago.
What are you talking about?
It was dry. I don't know what he was going through. I know I was going through life and I was still putting forth. So when he wasn't reciprocating the way I felt, I didn't feel the need to say something.
You intimidate that nigga.
That's not my problem, but that's what we was talking about when we was talking about the work related.
That's not your problem.
So what, I need to turn me down? No. That's not fair.
No.
But
not
bro,
the way you talking when you do things.
Yeah, but look at that. You talking about with my dad. Look at work now. It's the same
you're
thing.
2 whole men more than he was at your age, and he's trying to figure it out now. So speaking to you, he knows he has nothing for you.
I'm not asking him for nothing.
To him, you're asking everything. To them, we're asking everything. I hit my father up and said, yo, tell me about your father. I will talk. That was too much for him. That was heavy. Yeah. Heavy.
You're right, because I asked my pops, I was like, yo, I always call you from year to years, and I say, yo, am I old enough to, like, you know, I tell you I got questions. You like, oh, you're not old enough yet. So this is when I spoke to him that time for the accountability meeting, and he was like, I said, yo, I'm old enough now. Like, yo, bro, I'm 31, crib, wife, what's up? And he laughed. So maybe you are right about that, but at the same time, I still know because I was born into this world. I deserve the dichotomy. I deserve the duality. I only got the feminine, and then the masculine. I had to find for myself.
Yeah,
you understand what I'm saying? And right now, where I'm at, I'm still figuring it out. And then my thing is, I don't. There's all I need a man to. All I need a man to be is unperfectly himself. And then when he sees his imperfections before I do, or as I see them, and then he's like, "Oh snap!" He sees that. What is that in me that he's looking at me weird? And then they just talk to me about it and apologize. Because that's what I'm not perfect, but anytime I do something wrong in front of any of these children's eyes, or maybe I think maybe I'm not listening to them. Maybe I'm not looking at the video. Bro, I apologize. And I teach, you could talk to me about this.
Them niggas let us down.
Huh? I'm going to be real, but that's the excuse now. So that's why I go back to it's an excuse. But I'm going to be real, yo, Pops. I love you 100, and you know I do. Back then, because it's nothing right now that you can do for me. Right? There is. I'm lying. But you're not going. I don't know. You could only do that for you. You gonna have to do that for you. You feel what I'm saying? You have to do that for you. But back then, let me down.
All these niggas.
Let me down, bro.
Down for life.
Don't get me
started. Y'all niggas let us down.
And then the whack part is us having to be men about dealing with how to deal with this. You understand what I'm saying?
The reason why it's hard for me to talk about deadbeat ass fathers is because I got 5 kids. 2 of them which don't come from my bloodline. I choose to be their father. You know what I'm saying? And they still have a father. Big ups to him. To him. But now they got 2 fathers. But like, there's nothing you can tell me. There's nothing. There's no excuse in the world. When I knew I wasn't gonna have enough money to fly my kids out here for Christmas, but I knew I was gonna have enough money to drive fucking 20-something hours.
Started driving.
And they said you gotta be back on Monday, and it's Friday, and I only got 30 minutes of sleep throughout the whole drive. And my kids had the time of their lives. I talked about the hotel earlier, the 5-star. Then I talked about a day drive.
Yes.
Those are 2 different things.
2 different, yes.
But like, there's nothing you can tell me. Nobody in this world. You have to stop my heart. You have to stop my heart to keep me away from my kids, to keep me from teaching them something, to keep me. It just don't make sense to me, right? Even if I had a one night stand, it just don't make sense to me. You know, so they whack, you know what I'm saying? And my pops, he think he a victim. And I'm
no, they all do.
You know what I'm saying?
Your pops is just loud with admitting it.
Look at the fucking black community. Look how tore up we are. You know what I'm saying? I can't even get into that, because then we got to go back 400 or 500 years because we was built this way. But I'm not even gonna do all that. I'm gonna just say, like, it's a choice to fix moving forward, though.
You sound like Kanye now.
It's a choice to fix moving forward. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's all I said. It's a choice to fix moving forward. It is a choice to fix what's coming in the future. I made a choice to be an active father, to continue to look in the mirror, right, and say, I'm going to be this way. That's why we apologize to our kids. Yeah, they didn't apologize to us. Even the parents that was in our lives, the family that was in our lives, they didn't apologize to us.
No, I got family that apologized.
Nah, see, I did.
Yeah.
It was either do what I said or get the fuck out of my house. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, like, nobody apologize. I know I'm wrong. I don't have everything right. You know what I'm saying? These kids, if you do not believe, I was telling somebody, like the fucking, the thing that we strip away from these kids that's most important, that needs to stay in adults, is their imagination. Yeah. We 100%. Strip it away. 100%. We strip it away because of the fears and the shit that we've been through, our traumas. Bro, You are telling me right now, bro, I forgot where I was going with that.
Well, what you said was you said what we do is strip kids' imaginations from them.
Yeah.
You said, or you said we need to make sure that they keep that. Before that, you was talking about what?
Apologizing to kids.
Yeah.
We apologize to the kids, right? I apologize to my kids, and I help my kids understand my thought process. Like, hey, I got frustrated and I yelled because of this. And I don't think it was right to do this to you or say that.
Yeah, but take it even a step further is when you let's say if you don't feel like you should apologize to the kids for yelling at them for any reason, right? And then me and you on the back end, they don't see me and you on the back. I'm like, yo, bro, you had to yell like that at them niggas. Like, yeah, it was like, and then you breaking it down, well, this, that, and I'm like, but, and then you like, da, 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 and I'm like, nah, you right, and then you like, bet, and then next time, even though I felt like you was right, it might be a little bit softer. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's not just
a team.
Yes, bro.
And then parents growing up, where I'm from, didn't take constructive criticism from even another parent. He doesn't even have kids of his own yet. But it takes a village to do this.
And then him accepting that, but then look at the drop. But then even look at the drop of at a hat. Look at the relationships that we have built. Look at the team that the kids have right now. They're good, but like you said, that's us doing the work. So then like I get mad at my pops, but then I'm gonna be real, and I don't know y'all niggas. I get mad at his bum ass friends too. Oh, or whoever he was with.
Bro, you got all them niggas in the Bronx, all them niggas in Cortland. They all getting together, drinking at 60 years old, and they over there taking pictures like they successful, like they got something to be proud of. Y'all niggas is bums. Y'all niggas is bums and deadbeats. Like, stop taking pictures and go get your fucking kids.
This is real life now.
This is real life. This is real factual shit. This is real fact. I be seeing my father at cookouts and shit. I had to delete this nigga off of Facebook. Mm. You know what I'm saying? Like, you out at cookouts having a good time, nigga. You got fucking seeds, nigga, that you have from your nutsack that you don't even fucking know, bro. I'm getting a little. I don't mean to be getting crazy on the podcast. I'm still growing. We still growing, bro. I'm still growing. And there's things that really touch me. And I'm a father, and you can't tell me. You can't make it make sense. You can't make it make sense. You can't. They came from me, and even the ones that didn't come from me. I was having a conversation with my kid's stepfather. I'm like, listen, bro. The kids got a great opportunity right here. I grew up in a big ass blended family, mad siblings, right? My kids, they mom just had a baby, so they got a little sister. I have a son with my current wife, so they got a little brother. They got 2 stepsisters. You know what I'm saying? They stepfather have a son, so they got a stepbrother. All of these kids are linked. If we lived in proximity of each other, it would be lit. You got to think about it. They all gonna grow up. They gonna have birthday parties, and they gonna be introducing each other. Like, yo, this is my stepbrother. This is my. Whoa. And why are you doing all that? I was telling him about this. Wow. I was like, and nobody. The parents is like, yeah, well, I'm not saying the parents are saying this, but like the parents could be thinking like, oh, that's not your brother. That's not your sister. Nah, you're linked. There's no room for that. You're linked in. They got 2 stepsisters here, and they got a brother over here. They got a sister over there and a stepbrother over there. That's 5. That's 7. That's a family. That's a team. That's a tribe. That's a tribe right there. Then they gonna have kids, and them kids grow up. That's family. This shit ain't just about blood. It's about relationships, about bonding. Everybody we got in the this having accountability meeting, we ain't blood, but we brothers. We family. Word. Bro, we started on this shit. It's just different. It's just different. And people don't be thinking about people don't be thinking. That's just it's plain and simple. Like it's a podcast. That's just what's going on.
You feel what I'm saying?
What? We jumped around
A lot.
and I just want to highlight some things that we talked about. So we talked about.
I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real. We work hostility. That's what we was coming off of is the work. And I'm gonna be real. I still don't. We didn't get a clear answer. I think it's
creating boundaries in the workplace.
How?
Create
how? Like, can you be happy at a job? Like,
I think
without tension.
I think yes. I think creating boundaries in a workplace comes from your ability to read people and know yourself. If you are able to read the room well,
that's fair.
And you're able to know yourself well,
that's fair.
You know how to maneuver. Sometimes dealing with people is like playing chess, and you have to maneuver properly.
I agree.
And you have to appease to how those people communicate and how they receive things.
Wait, what you mean? That's when you say appease. What you mean by that?
I'm not talking about bow down.
You mean like
I'm not talking
code switch
down, but not code switch, but I need
like,
to speak their language.
Code switch.
I need to speak. So like I had a supervisor. She wasn't my supervisor, but we had a civilian that worked in our shop, and she was just abrasive. She was very abrasive, very disrespectful. Now, you hear him?
He just started doing that? That wasn't throughout the whole thing.
I think the air went off in the background. He been asleep for a while. But she was abrasive. And you could handle her two ways.
He got ADD, so what y'all don't hear is he is son snoring right now.
And I'm fucked up by it. You can handle it two ways, right? I'm done. I can't. You can handle it two ways, right? Like she was very abrasive, so you can handle it two ways. If you were overly nice to her all the time, she will regret how she treated you, right? And if you couldn't handle that, if you put her in her place, and most of the time she'll back up and like renege on how she was approaching things. So you just read the room, and those are the things I'm talking about. Like you read the room, read how to communicate and stuff like that.
But that's what I'm saying. So like to have peace in the workplaces, it got to be some tension sometimes.
Yeah. You might have to create some tension.
Yes. Just be like that.
Yes.
So then the work. So then it'd be like it's like outside the day. So it got a street value to it to a certain extent. Then
I think most people aren't comfortable with uncomfortable conversations, and you have to realize that if you are okay in living in the uncomfortable, you have to learn to read. Are those people okay with living in the uncomfortable?
Yeah, but what if they make it? What if they're making
very uncomfortable?
Yeah, but what if they're making me feel uncomfortable? And I know my only line of defense is to be truthful and honest, right? Because then it might come out nasty if I try to hide, and I'm not as transparent because now I'm hiding shit. I can't be honest with you, but you're gonna catch the tail end of how I feel. So I might as well just be honest. So what do you want? I'm gonna be real.
Feel how you feel, man.
I'm gonna be real.
As long as you don't grab nobody up and deck nobody, you gonna grab somebody up and deck somebody.
I always leave the job before something like that. I'm gonna be real with you.
Nah, I say feel how you feel.
Because I feel like people are disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I've been through a certain amount of things in my life, and you just got to be chill. Like how you talk
about
to
the
certain
light
people.
in ourselves. We used to talk about the light in us, right? I think
there's a darkness inside me.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm gonna be real with you. Or fuck all that light shit. You feel me?
But nah, I'm not talking about the light as in being a good person.
I'm talking about the darkness as being a good person.
If you let too much,
black is beautiful, my brother.
If you let too much to the people. If you let too much slide, you dim that light in yourself because you continue to beat yourself down. So you gotta learn to make shit uncomfortable.
Yeah, at work. I'm going there to make money, bro. I don't even like all the politicking. Nah, bro, that's the part. All the politicking, like what, and then to be like to play, like How is the place where we go to make actual money to live the place where anything gets misconstrued or lost in translation? How are we not the most comfortable that we can be ever in the place where we have to literally leave our comfort zone to go make this fake ass money to give our time and attention and shit?
Right.
So now, not only do I have to go to this fucking bum ass 9 to 5, right, to make sure that your kids get the vacation, go to school, whatever the case may be, whatever private school, clothes, but now I got to deal with my coworker not knowing like how to respect people, right? And now I got to relive trauma and have conversations with a grown adult that I had to have when I was 15, 16, 17, 8. I'm 31. And no, age don't matter, but I'm tired.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So just respect that. And if I don't, and I never understand if I respect you, regardless of like I understand. That's the thing that gave me tight. Like I understand the boundary forming thing so much now, right? And if the boundaries is going to get set because a lot of people don't understand boundaries, right? But that first boundary is respect. We should have that off rip for everybody. So when you're not coming with that, what's up with you?
You think you can't grasp the fact that people have different ethics and morals?
I could grasp that. You're just not going to disrespect me. No, I'm gonna be real with you. I love perspective, and I love to talk about it when you level headed. You're not going to disrespect it. You're not going to think you telling me about your point of
disrespectful.
What you mean?
What if some people just think it's okay?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Because you used to tell me stuff like that. You'd be like, nah. Because I was heavy on, this nigga's disrespectful.
Right.
And you was heavy on, nah. They just think that's okay.
I think when it's attached to this, like when it's attached to a nasty ass look, like if I see your mood change and your smile go away and you stop talking to me and you try to single me out when all of that happened, then I'm gonna be real. It don't just. Yo, bro, I worked in this place one time and my manager was like, oh, you know what? Everybody got to make 100 phone calls today. Usually is, no, not 100 phone calls. You got to make as many phone calls until you get 10 appointments. And it turned out to be mad phone calls, but I got about 10 appointments. And then it was, 100 phone calls every day because we need appointments. Nobody else was doing that slave work, right? But I could do that. That's not breaking me or hurting me. And then when it don't break me or hurt me because I could do work, I execute. That's what I do.
Right.
That gets them mad.
So I execute.
Now, I'm gonna be real. Kill
people.
Nah. No.
I execute people.
I get it. No, that's not what I said. What I mean is I get things done, right? So I think when they try to put me under the pressure of a workload, I excel under pressure, right? Yeah. And I think that upsets the nigga, and then now they gotta act out of character. So when you choose to act out of character because what I did the work, because I could deal with you being upset and then try to put a workload on me. Because at that point they be like, oh damn, that should build like, oh, he's still gonna do and smile. That should build some sort of wow. Like we could be like, what, you know what I mean? But they like, nah.
I can't pull you.
I feel the type of way.
And you should be able to pull them in and be like, oh, what's wrong with you?
And that's why I talk about I need like a grandfather to talk to. Because when we come back to is I can't do that.
Why?
Because when I pull you in,
so what? You think it's too much?
You don't like getting talked to by me. And you my brother. And you know me.
Yeah, stop pointing.
See? You see what I'm talking about?
That's because I'm thorough. And
they not.
And when I do
so imagine
wrong,
when they
give me some,
boom, and they're not. Yeah. So they don't know how to take accountability. And they they
deserve it.
Yes. So, but how mad are they gonna get?
Grace if you knew how to take accountability.
What you said?
I'm gonna give you grace if you know how to take accountability.
Yeah, that's why I give you grace for getting mad when I'm holding you accountable.
Nah, no, you don't. You used to punch me till we passed out.
Yeah, because we still gotta grow. But them niggas
punch me till I passed out.
You tell them I don't care. I don't care no more. What that? Keep talking though, because I'm kind of hearing what you're saying, but like at the end of the day, it's just about respect.
I should keep wiping off.
It's about respect at the end of the day.
Nah, it is.
That's all it comes down to. And you should be able to have like basic decency and respect for a person, And you're saying that some people might not know what that is. Basic decency and respect for.
Yeah, I learned that from you though, nigga.
I learned that shit from.
I be watching
Shit
people.
from my grandfather, uncle,
I had to.
Roger.
I had to tell the kids.
And my father.
I had to tell the kids we walking through the airport this past week, and I'm watching how people move, and people just get so awkward around kids, and they just moving through the kids walking, and I feel like the kids had this certain entitlement that they thought the people would just move out the way for them because they kids, but the kids not thinking about that shit. They just moving, and the people just it looked like people trying to walk through my kids. So I'm like, yo, link up. When I tell the kids link up, they all know to grab hands. So I tell them link up, and I'm like, you know what? I stopped real quick in the middle of the airport. I said, look at me, y'all. I'm not mad at y'all, but I need y'all to walk in front of me over here because some people don't believe they're doing anything wrong.
But you will hold somebody.
And they're about to bump you, and I'm gonna grab somebody up. And I seen somebody walk past and look, and I'm gonna grab somebody because y'all my kids.
Yeah.
So just walk over here to where we in a straight line, and I don't have to fuck nobody up in here. Yeah. So like, some people really don't know what they do, and I just watch people how they move.
And that's my other problem.
Places.
I don't agree with you there. But I don't think people don't know. I do give people the benefit of the doubt, but keep going. I don't think people really don't.
You know what I'm saying?
I think after a while, you see how somebody's aura changes to something that you do, and that's how you know. And then if you don't know, then you're either a psychopath, right, or you're ignoring it and choosing to be a horrible person. I'm gonna be real. People are not that oblivious.
Yeah.
Keep going, my fault, bro.
Yeah, nah, like I said, I think certain people don't get it. They don't know what they're doing. They don't think like, hey, it's not a problem. Like, it's like if you're on a crowded train, or not even a crowded train, but if you're on a semi-crowded train, and you just get a little too close to me, right? And there's obviously space where you don't have to get close to me. Some people feel like we're in a public place, it's a little bit crowded, you should expect me to get close to you.
Yes.
Where ours feels like where it's semi-crowded, and I'm going to do my best still to keep my space from you.
Yes. That's why I don't do public transportation, because I understand both of those. Because me in public, I'm going to be like this. There's going to be a little area separation between it. I don't give a fuck how many people is on that, right? But I'm going to also look at me if I was on, like, yo, bro, why you think you should have space? Put your arms down. So I just don't do public transportation.
Yeah, that's my thing. Like, yo, what's up with you? Like, you know what I'm saying?
But then at the same time, I understand.
I took a shot in the airport. Not even a shot. I had a cup of whiskey in the airport, right? You notice how many alcoholics is in the airport because I've traveled in the morning, and there's no way I thought to myself, let me stop and get a drink.
Was it like that when we was young and we just didn't look at that?
Nigga, I didn't fly when I was younger, nigga.
I went to Jamaica a lot when I
flew a month before September 11th, and I didn't fly again until I was 18. It's 10 years. So,
you had a cup of whiskey.
Yeah, I had a cup of whiskey and the people was moving, and I found myself reaching out to try to tap them. Like, yo, you good? I'm like, oh yeah, you can't drink out here.
No what you mean, like,
yeah, like, yo, what's up
with
with
your
you?
kids?
Like, now I was by myself. I didn't drink. I wouldn't drink with my kids. But I was by myself, and people was just moving weird, and I'm just like, I'm looking at niggas. I'm like, oh, you had a shot, bro. You have to chill. You were out there.
Yeah, so
because I was finding myself about to be like, yo, you even feel yourself move across my path like that?
But that's public transportation too. It's just an airplane. You know what I'm saying? So like, even when I'm in the airport, bro, I'm gonna be real. Just like on the train or the subway, I stay out the way. I'm finding a corner and I'm tuning.
Bro, we landed. It was a nigga over my seat, like just. He's standing there. I'm looking at this nigga like, bro, you really don't believe you too close to me right now?
Yeah, bro, it was one dude. Nah, he was getting up to go to the bathroom, bro. Every time he got up, he was going like that to the back of my chair. I'm like, yo, bro. Nah, the third time I turned around, I gave the nigga the death stare, right? And then he stopped the next 2 times he got up, and then he started again. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I was just like, what I'm gonna do?
You told him?
I told him with the eyes. You feel what I'm saying? And then he stopped, right? I don't know what, but then I'm like, you know, Sonda, does he have a irritable bowel syndrome? Because he got up, it was a 3-hour flight. He got up a couple of times.
And he was just grabbing
Yo,
shit.
bro, he was holding the chair like, I'm like, yo, what's good with homie, bro? So I'm like, I turned around, I was like he gotta know that he's wilding right now, right?
I'd be like, yo, you good? Yo, yo, what's up with you, bro? Stop moving my chair like that.
He's when I looked at him, he stopped and then he started again. I'm like, he not stupid. It's something probably. It was another dude. He's sitting next to me in the aisle. This is a different flight. We took a lot of flights this year. It is a different flight. He's standing in this is the aisle. I'm sitting here. Nah, bro. The nigga turned like this. I guess he got back problems. He started stretching this shit.
Nah.
Yo, bro, I'm trying to watch my show and I'm looking at him and he.
Nah, you know.
So I turned to him real quick. Like, I just had to look at him real quick.
Nah, you know what blew me the other day?
Big, bro.
We coming from Denver. We on the airplane, bro. I'm over here. I sat in the aisle seat, right? I'm in the aisle seat. And I'm like, yo, what's that?
Nah, go
I was
ahead.
like, what's that? It's just something sweating. And I look around, bro, and in my peripherals, I see toes away. Nigga, I had shoes off, bro.
Over your head? Nah.
Nah. Thank you
for
for
tuning in, y'all.
We appreciate y'all. You'll see us again soon.
Facts.
Saturday,
personalities and all.
Saturday Who Podcast, man. We just like stay in the fight with us because we growing. We doing it mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically,
financially.
We doing it all for the kids, for the wives, family. It takes a village, and you never too young, you never too old to start growing and to start changing your life and to grab the bull by the horns and really take control of what you got going on. You are never too young, old, you're not dumb. Knowledge is one book away.
You act dumb.
You act fucking stupid. Nah, stop acting like that.
Stop acting dumb. Because you're not.
I remember Jamie Foxx gave his Oscar speech for Ray, and he said my grandmother used to say, act like you got some sense. And he took that and he became an actor. So like he said, you act dumb. Act like you got some sense.
Ooh.
Manifest the shit. Manifesting, to me, is not only speaking and thinking about where you want to be in life. It's acting like where you want to be in life.
Yeah. When they talk about you gotta fake it till you make it, they're not talking about faking the talk. They talking about really immersing yourself in all of it. And when you do that, it will become real. That's how you create happiness.
Well, we love y'all and we appreciate y'all.
We appreciate y'all.
This is Saturday Who. And Saturday Who is about working on you.
On yourself.
That organization you work for, that's cool. That's your day job.
No.
If you have those side goals, those side dreams, that business you want to start.
You have to do it
now.
Right now.
You have to do it. Like Saturdays ain't just for clubs. It ain't just for who bed you gonna wake up in. It ain't for what liquor you drinking. Like Saturday is just as important as Monday.
Just as important as Monday. You see how I said?
We love y'all.
See?